In this video, I'm going to go over Cristian Romero's brand new UEL Road to the Knockouts card. I'm going to give you some things I like about the card, some things I don't quite like about the card, and let's just dive into it. Before we do jump into things though, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications on so you don't miss another player review from your boy. Now, let's jump into it. So, to start things off, he's coming in at about 220k at the time we're recording this, which is a hefty price tag, but he's around the similar price range of other Premier League centre-backs, so in honesty, it's not too bad. Having only 2-star weak foot could be an absolute issue this year, especially with how passing is, so only having the ability to pass the right foot can cause some problems. And obviously, he can only play centre-back, so if you're trying to fit him in your team, you have to use him at centre back anyway, but he is a centre back, so it doesn't really matter that much. Obviously, club links are fantastic. He's Premier League, Spurs, and Argentinian. 3 really easy things to link. But let's dive into the stats themselves. Now, 80 pace, good pace split as well. Sometimes you get cards with bad acceleration or bad sprint speed and higher in the other category, but this card is actually pretty even. His passing's okay. He has 79 short pass and a 67 long pass. So it honestly isn't horrible. It's not great, but it's not horrible. For his dribbling, he's actually got really nice dribbling for a centre back. 70 agility, 67 balance is definitely great. 89 reactions means he's going to react very quickly to things. Ball control is decent, and the main thing about this is the composure. The composure is pretty solid, which means he's going to be pretty composed in any situation. Now, the defending on this card is superb. You're not going to get much better right now this early in the game, so to be honest, his defending's crazy. I have no complaints about that. His physicals are fantastic other than his stamina. Him only having 74 stamina is a bit of an issue, but to be honest, overall the physicals are pretty solid. And of course, we have to talk about the fact that he is a Road to the Knockout card, so he can get upgraded. He can get a +1 for winning 3 matches in the league. He can get a +1 and a roll ++ for scoring 4 goals across 4 different games. And if they finish top 2 in the league, he also gets an extra playstyle plus and a roll ++. Obviously, he doesn't have a playstyle plus, so he'll just get a playstyle plus. Speaking of playstyles, let's talk about the ones he's got. The main ones I see are aerial, intercept, slide tackle, and relentless. Obviously, having bruiser as well is pretty cool, but bruiser isn't insane in my opinion. I think the other 4 are pretty good though. And obviously the new thing this year is rolls. Him having stopper plus and ball playing plus is pretty cool, although I do think that defender is the best one in the game right now, so him not having that is a little bit of a shame, but honestly overall not too bad with the rolls. Now, I briefly mentioned about his price in the beginning of the video. He is priced around the same as a Saliba or a Van Dijk, so if you have that kind of caliber player in your team and maybe you want to try someone different or someone to pair with a player that caliber, then he definitely is going to be that kind of option. Coming out around the 200k mark, he's not cheap by any imagination, but like I said, he's a live card, so these live cards can go up and down in value over time, but for right now I don't think he's valued that badly. Now, while playing with this card, I did notice a few things. One of the main things that I noticed, and I don't know if it's just me or the way that this game plays, but he did start stepping up and out of the defensive line quite a lot. Now, that could have been the tactic I had him on. I believe I tried him on both stopper and ball playing defender, and I think that is part of the tactic, but often at times left me vulnerable in the defense for counter-attack. Now, me personally, I hate conceding off counter-attacks, so having a player where his plus is going to be him stepping out of the defensive line is going to be a bit of an issue for me personally, but if you don't mind that, if you like those sort of high press tactics, then this card is definitely going to be a player you're wanting to get. His tackling on the other hand was absolutely superb. Like, genuinely, he actually felt like one of the best tacklers that I've used so far on this game, and that's actually quite surprising because without anticipate, base, or plus, I thought he would struggle to get those tackles, because a lot of the time this year we're seeing a lot of bounce backs, a lot of tackling, but they still get the ball and they can just walk past you. But in this case, I actually noticed that Romero's tackling was actually quite top tier, and it could be because of how good his defending actually is. And also, he felt pretty quick in game, and that's something that I've struggled with a lot this year as well, is I feel like my centre backs are really slow but other people's are really quick, and Romero kind of changed that for me. He felt pretty quick in game, and it was a nice little refreshing thing to see. And one other big thing that I really like about this card is the base aerial. Not a lot of cards have it right now, and the cards that do, a lot of them aren't crazy good in game, so this Romero card with aerial is actually pretty good. He was winning a lot of the headers, a lot of the 1v1 duels, which is actually great, and it stops a lot of things like corners and stuff like that, so it's really handy to have, especially so early on in the game. So overall, I really enjoyed this card, and I would definitely recommend him to you if you're looking for a card in that sort of 200k range and Premier League and all that sort of stuff. He links to a lot of good players, he's pretty affordable, and he's pretty damn good in game. So overall, yeah, I would definitely recommend him to you guys. If you found this video helpful in any way, shape or form, be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications on so you never miss another upload, and I'll catch you boys in the next one.